Clamour of China's biggest electric car factory. Everywhere I found people grappling with the unprecedented challenges that the climate crisis has thrust upon humanity. Some were at the base of the global wealth pyramid, some were billionaires. Climate change was opening tantalizing new opportunities for some I encountered, while threatening to destroy the livelihoods of others. I met people rushing to build defences against catastrophe, and others jostling for leadership in the technologies that will power a transformed world economy. All of them are embroiled in a race that will set the course of our civilization and of the planet that houses it. These are their stories. Part 1. Thaw. Chapter 1. Thawing of permafrost is destabilizing soils, human infrastructure, and Arctic coasts, and has the potential to release vast quantities of methane and carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, Special Report on the Ocean and Cryosphere in a Changing Climate, 2019. Yakutia, Russian Federation. 10, perhaps 20 or 50,000 years ago, these mammoth bones bore the weight of some of the largest mammals ever to walk the earth. Now they lie in odd little piles, jumbled with the skeletons of horses and bison that roamed with them on the Ice Age steppe of Siberia. I crouched to pick through some of the bones strewn across the floor of the giant hole in the ground that I've clambered into. On every side, high above me, walls of cold grey earth soar before curving to form a dangerous overhang. The walls are moving, crumbling and retreating loudly as the ice within them melts, exposing the stringy white roots of ancient plants. High up at the rim, spindly trees stand at curious angles, as though peering into the hungry void that will soon engulf them. Local people, steeped in the animist traditions of northeastern Siberia, have dubbed this place the gateway to the underworld. Scientists know it as the Bata-Gaika megaslump, the biggest phenomenon of its kind in the world. It began to form half a century ago in an expanse of coarse shrubs and larch trees on a section where a makeshift road had been cleared. The disturbance caused underground ice to melt, creating at first a modest, barely perceptible dip. Its growth was turbocharged from the 1980s onward as global warming gathered pace, the rising temperatures eating their way through new layers of frozen ground each summer. By the time I enter the megaslump, it's broad enough to hold 175 London buses laid end to end, deep enough to swallow the Sydney Opera House, and showing no sign of halting its expansion. Vast as it looks, Bata-Gaika is just a snip of a Russian permafrost zone that is the size of China, Afghanistan, and Nigeria combined, and which has emerged as a potentially huge risk to the global climate. Beneath Siberia's frozen soil lies billions of tons of organic matter, the remains of Ice Age plants and animals. As warming temperatures thaw the permafrost, microbes are feasting on this material, releasing both carbon dioxide and methane, a still more potent greenhouse gas. Already, the carbon emissions from the Arctic permafrost are at a similar level to those from all international passenger flights. And even if all humanity were to stop burning fossil fuels overnight, the gases already in the atmosphere would ensure the permafrost kept thawing, releasing still more gas, a hideous cycle that could keep feeding on itself for decades or centuries. I turned to find my guide, Errol, gazing at one of the ugly mounds that ripple along the crater's base, amid fast-flowing rivulets formed by melting ice. "Over there," he says, "is where I found my tusk." The thawing permafrost might be a problem for the planet, but the emergence of mammoth remains has been lucrative for some in the semi-autonomous Russian Republic of Yakutia, a place that brings home Siberia's staggering size. Yakutia's capital, Yakutsk, is 3,000 miles east of Moscow, putting it as far as northern Ethiopia from the Russian capital. Roughly the size of India, it has just 900,000 inhabitants who brave its absurdly harsh winters, with lows of minus